This is Delhi. Please stand by for our next program. This is All India Radio. Welcome tomorrow. All India Radio, in collaboration with Vigyan Prasar, presents the science serial Welcome Tomorrow, based on myriad facets of artificial intelligence. Time now to listen to the 51st episode. In this episode, we present a discussion on this series and salient aspects of artificial intelligence. The participants are Dr. Nakul Parashar, Director, Vigyan Prasar; Dr. Birendra Tyagi, Senior Scientist, Vigyan Prasar. Vinita Thakur is moderating the discussion.
Firstly, I would like to welcome you all.
Thank you.
The fact that we aired such a wonderful series, it was not only very inspiring, but at the same time very enjoyable. I don't know who thought of it, but the entire series, every episode, it turned out to be something which one would listen to and remember and keep it in their heart and soul for quite some time. So whose idea was it? Dr. Parashar, please.
Well, we won't say that this was John McCarthy's idea, because he was the guy who started this way back in the intelligence. Yeah. He was the one who coined it. But of course, the entire credit goes to my fellow Dr. B.K. Tyagi, whose brainchild was to bring out this series of 52 episodes, something that I'm sure everybody was wanting to hear about. Artificial intelligence today has touched our lives deep in and out, and every moment, every second we find a change that's happening. It wouldn't be an exaggeration if we say that even before an eye could wink, we have a new development coming up, because there are thousands of data scientists all over the world
working hard to make it
relentlessly day in, day out, to come up with newer applications, newer thoughts, ideas, how to make life much simpler, much easier, much efficient, with all the best turnaround time efficiency that we can think of. And the good thing about it is that all that we get delivered out of artificial intelligence gets us something which is very consistent in its output.
Agreed.
There is nothing like, it's absolutely binary. Either it is wrong, it's wrong completely. Either it is correct, it's correct completely. So it becomes easier for us to rectify a fault and make a product absolutely fault free. So it's like getting to that point where we used to talk about zero defect, something that we used to talk about flawless. So that has now become synonymous. Products that we now use are now flawless. And it's exactly like, if you eat something and if a pebble gets into your food, the entire taste goes waste. And out here in artificial intelligence, if you have a robot making a food for you, he'll ensure that there is no pebble.
It's flawless.
It's flawless. And then you enjoy it, and then that enjoyment that you imbibe gives you so much of pleasure that you look towards much more perfection. So that brings in lot of perfection, and that's what science and technology is all about. Isn't it, Dr. Tyagi?
Yes, absolutely. And the research in this area and the way it is going to affect the life of all of us, it will be totally dramatic, total transformation. That's why this AI is being designated as it will bring the fourth revolution in the society or around the world. Because generally any change in the society take a century, but now the time has been reduced. It is in a decade. But AI is bringing that change very fast on day-to-day basis. So, and it going to be much more in future. Every aspect of our life will be now facilitated by artificial intelligence. So that's where there will be the society will be totally changed. So we have to make our people ready for this change, going with this the rhythm of this change. So they should be aware of that. What is the AI? What are the apprehension myths which are associated, which are being floated in the society, different voices which are talking about that it going to lead to this and that. So just to clarify some of those you can say, the myths, and also educate the people and the career options which are available in this field. We all try to cover while we are conceptualized this serial.
That was the reason why this radio serial, which was in collaboration with the Vigyan Prasar, turned out to be so impressive. And like you said, that you have to accept it.
Yes.
And gradually, whenever you get to hear such programs, so these things, you absorb in a very natural way. So Mr. Tyagi, you were saying that this artificial intelligence, it occurred to you that we should be now prepared for it.
Yes. That's why the title of the serial is Welcome Tomorrow.
Yeah.
We all should be ready to welcome what is we are expecting tomorrow.
Yeah.
And when we say welcome tomorrow, interestingly, the connotation is very relevant because the kind of changes that are happening is happening on a tomorrow basis, is happening on a today basis, and also have happened on the yesterday basis. So it's a cycle, it's an unending cycle, because every day, every moment, we find a new application coming up with something which has AI at its back. So with all of this, as Dr. Tyagi rightly said, it's like, getting habituated with the changes that are happening. It's exactly like once you land in Leh, you take 24 hours to get habituated. Out here, if you have to be in the world of AI, you have to be habituated in seconds and minutes with the kind of changes that are happening. So with such a turmoil, sort of a turbulent kind of a time when we are seeing these changes happening, and they're all for the good of it, right? You find Meta coming in place, you find Metaverse coming in place, you find a lot of things happening. All that which used to be something that we used to hear, then we used to see. Now we are feeling it because everything is now 3D. It's gotten to this point. Thanks to whatever period that we've been through with COVID, a lot of developments that have happened, right? All our systems of understanding things, looking into the various aspects of life, have gotten a complete, more than, I wouldn't say 360, has
real
got
metamorphosis.
We've gone much beyond, the butterfly to pupa. We've actually got into the butterfly mode. We are now flying into, and we are in
no slow process of getting it. We just overnight, it seems that we have discovered so many things.
And trust me, it's not an exaggeration again, because that's happening and so evident. We do remember a year ago, if we bought a car, and now that we buy a car, we'll have
it has different
gadgets, and then those gadgets, you find, oh my God, you got a car, 5th generation.
Why did I buy that?
Yeah. So, and similarly, we buy computers today. It becomes very difficult. Every 6 months later, we find that somebody who's got a computer is much faster than us, right? So and so forth.
And one more thing that I noticed, that this is not confined to a particular strata of the society. Even the lowest strata, whichever, they all have, they are all acquainted to this, the working system and artificial intelligence. So I think this series helped those people who maybe live in remote place, maybe in villages, but now because of the current scenario, the facilities, they are equally equipped and they know everything about all this.
And as you rightly said, it has been very society strata agnostic, right? So it doesn't care about whether who is at which level. Everybody's enjoying the benefits of it. Everybody's getting the thick of it,
using it,
whether it is a farmer on a field, whether it's a rickshaw puller on a street, or everybody has the smartest phones available and they know how to use it. So I guess it's time for us to go back and listen to some of those episodes of this wonderful series that we have created. And I think let's go one by one. The first one.
I think the entire series were divided into 5 segments, and how the artificial intelligence has already made an inroad into our life without realizing us. We have not realized, but we are already living with AI. So in the first segment, we try to explain that, and with the help of through drama. And second was what are the application of AI, and then the scientific aspect when we say the artificial intelligence, the weaker or the narrow AI, journal AI, super AI, reactive machines, limited memory, and deep learning, self-awareness,
That was a very interesting segment, because it actually gave a layman the deeper insight into what AI is.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And the basis of AI and what R&D is going on
Absolutely.
and what the level we have already achieved. Let's listen few of those episodes.
Sure.
Okay. Shrikant, I have heard that the app or software we use to find a way is also based on AI.
You're absolutely right, Major Ram. Now look, if you're going somewhere, then you use the app, right?
Yes.
And the first thing that app asks you is how you will be commuting.
Okay.
By foot, by metro, by bus, by motorcycle, or by car.
Yes, sir. It has to be told. And that madam also keeps asking questions.
Subedar Raghav,
Yes, sir.
you can also choose whether you want madam's voice or sir's voice.
Yes. Now this facility is also there. So that's why I was telling you that if you tell the app how you're traveling, this app tells you the route by finding the shortest route for you and also analyze if it is the office time or is there any accident on the way, if there is a VIP movement or there is a fare. He sees many such data and helps us to reach our destination at the earliest by finding a suitable one.
But, Shrikant sir, once this madam had told me a very short way from the wrong side. The traffic police personnel were standing over there and I had to pay a fine.
Raghav ji,
Yes, sir.
it is an artificial intelligence. It's artificial.
Correct.
But your intelligence is real. So use your intelligence too. Otherwise, you will say that AI is not reliable.
Well, sir, well said, sir, well said. Well said. Actually, AI's mind works according to the data we are feeding. Many drivers, especially taxi drivers, must have used the shortcut. Now, when the police officers started taking fine on the wrong route, people started taking the right path. And then the app also started showing the right path. Well, this software always refuses to go to the wrong side. You got it?
All right, Shrikant sir. When two or more people ride together in the same taxi, and of course they have to go in the same direction, this AI-based software selects them also.
Exactly. This is exactly what happens. People who have to go in one direction or the surrounding areas, then the ride share identifies and selects the customers. This saves both time and fuel.
All right, sir.
Good, Shrikant.
Homo sapiens are all the same. Someone thinks and someone else puts forward that idea.
Okay, sir.
All that is part of development.
Rightly said, Captain Shrikant. If man can evolve from monkey to the one like us, which we call evolution, so the dream that early men have seen would also get fulfilled one day. Those dreams will surely come true.
Wow, Professor Hassan. You are absolutely right. The early men must have dreamt of flying like a bird. Early men are no more. But the dream still exists. The dream continue flying, and today, we humans can fly very high. So the dream came true.
Rightly said, Shrikant. Pushpak Viman is a very good example. We have known about its existence thousands of years ago, and today's aircraft like supersonic, hypersonic are flying, and that too at 5 to 6 times more speed. And now there is also autopilot mode, the aircraft that flies by itself. What is it? All this is AI.
But, Professor Saab, AI talks were left in between.
Raghav ji, we are still talking about AI.
Okay, sir.
We are talking about different perspectives, but basis of all our discussion is AI.
All right, Captain Shrikant.
Now, Raghav ji, everyone has moved ahead with one thought. Human thinking is the basis of every technology. That's why it is believed that we should always think positive.
Some more things, like I would say that because it's really unimaginable to think that all that was incorporated in those serials, when we hear it right in front of us, these episodes are there, we'll be hearing it more.
We
It's
had
come
a
out so
five stories, dramatized stories, which were more of a fiction, like thinking about the future and how the future would be based on AI.
Wonderful.
So there are 5 stories like problem solving, identifying the criminals, and detecting the fraud,
Speech
etc. So
recognition.
those are very interesting stories. Let's listen to some of those stories, I think.
We are talking about IoT.
Yes, that is what I'm trying to know. What is this IoT, Major Sophia?
Raghav ji, Internet of Things. I mean, IoT means Internet of Things.
Internet of Things? But what does it mean?
IoT is Internet of Things. It is a technology or system in which computing equipment, mechanical and digital machines, objects, animals and humans are interconnected with a unique identifier, that is UID.
Animals and humans are all connected to machines, to computers, but how and why? What is its use?
Raghav ji, the advantage of IoT is that it is a network that does not require human to human or human to computer interaction for data transfer.
All right, sir.
This means you do not need to open any type in the computer to enter any data like how much you walked, who all you met, and where you went.
All right.
All these information will be automatically stored.
Rightly said, Major Shrikant. Now see, if a heart monitor is installed in a person's heart, or a chip is installed in a cow, or a sensor is installed in a car, that can inform the driver about the low air in the tires of the car.
Yes, and now the biochip can be inserted into humans too. So all the details can be recorded, like when he came to the office and when he went.
Yes, absolutely.
Mr. Rupa, always a generation gap.
I don't understand. What generation gap are you talking about, young lady? I'm still in my primitive stage. Then where is the question of generations?
Yes, Rumba. Our God created us and we created you. Here is also a form of a gap. We are still evolving, and so are our brains. In due course of time, you will be equally superior to reflect your feelings.
That I have, but I can't express my feelings.
Hey, Mr. Roomba! We are enjoying your laughter. Your expression can be seen on the audience face too.
Okay, gentlemen and ladies, be serious, be calm. Let's talk about the subject now. I am your host, and I am here to present the work of Professor Harish.
Wow! He'll present the PowerPoint on behalf of Professor Harish.
That's great, man. That's great.
Please, be serious. Stay calm. हाथ कंगन को आरसी क्या? Silence. The topic is gaming and artificial intelligence. Who is going to be a judge? Myself. तो दिल थाम कर बैठिए और मजा लीजिए. Gentlemen and ladies, history will be created today, and you all will be a part of that history. Ha, ha, ha.
Let's listen to Vision System, that program which was about the diabetics losing their vision and how they regain it, because I remember so vividly when I heard it, and I'm sure all the diabetics who heard it, now they have some sense of optimism after hearing all this. They're hopeful now.
Now,
So-
vision system is basically identification based on pictures.
Yeah.
So it can, like the way your eye can see and
The vision that you have.
Yeah. And can identify like a flower. You might have seen there is some feature in some smartphone also where you just photographed a living identity,
Yeah,
like
I've
a
heard
plant,
about it. I haven't
animal,
seen it, huh?
and it will give you. In fact, the I think in USA the court has denied admitting that kind of evidence yet, because this technique is not fully perfected, because they could not identify between a fox and a jackal. So they say the technique is not yet fully standardized, so it cannot, the finding based on AI cannot be admitted at this stage as an evidence. So
but yes,
maybe
this is
the
ongoing
process.
Maybe yes,
Yeah.
because that day is not very far when things would go much beyond that, for a plain and simple reason. It's all about how you train the machine.
Just a very fine line.
Right. So the stronger you train the machine is able to comprehend and give you the right results. And in this course, as we go along, the degree of accuracy improves day by day. I totally recall my personal experiences of having done this on the ground, where my first content summarization using AI yielded only 36% of accuracy. But over a period of time, as I increased the number of rules and statistical algorithms that I could write, things improved. And I'm glad to share you that at the end of it, it was 92%. However, there is still 8% to go about, because reaching 92 is easy, but 92 to 93 is tougher. And as you move closer 100, it becomes much more tougher. Anyway, that's something that I'm sure we would all...
And let's get a glimpse of the episode. We'll definitely get the feel of it.
Right. I hope we don't get nostalgic.
That we will.
These nanorobots will be used to monitor borders and will help eliminate any kind of threat.
Actually, Raghavji, these nanorobots have a high-resolution camera which sends all the data to a central system, and inside these nanorobots there is sensible software to assess itself.
All right, sir.
Which identifies between enemy and friend with the help of a heartbeat. But before the attack, the central system command is kept mandatory.
But Shrikant sir, how is it suicidal? And why are they called nanorobots?
Actually, Raghavji, these nanorobots have a small explosive flowing in it, which explodes on its target.
All right, ma'am.
It completely destroys itself but saves us. Just understand it as a flying bullet.
All right.
Raghavji,
Sir.
actually nano means very small.
All right, sir.
Almost like 10 raised to the power 9 of a meter.
Wow.
Now consider it as if taking a hair and splitting it into 80,000 pieces. Then one piece will be of nano level.
Sir, one piece out of 80,000? So small? It will not even be visible.
No. Raghavji, nowadays anything small is called nano.
Mummy, Satishan is working in a new field known as Natural Language Processing, NLP.
Okay.
It is a technology used to aid computers to understand the human natural language.
But it is not an easy task teaching a machine to understand how humans communicate.
Yeah.
That is right, but NLP technology will make it possible.
Mama, you might have explored some features of your smartphone.
I try, but I get confused most of the times, like how to operate them. I just can't do it.
Siri is one of them. When we give command to Siri or ask some questions to Alexa or Google Home, there is immediate response in voice form or in text format.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, Mama. Today there is a wide array of applications where NLP is playing its role.
Then there are few episodes on the AI and the potential for its which it is holding, especially in the area of agriculture, then medical area, then smart cities, because it can provide all that solution, technological and smart solution to the urban problems like garbage disposal, electricity supply, and conservation, etc. And the one episode is on like breakthrough in AI around the world, what is happening and how far we are keeping a pace with the international scenario versus India situation.
So let's listen to these episodes.
Mom is like an expert system and software that uses knowledge stored in a system to solve problems.
This means replacement of a social scientist like me by the data stored in a system and analyzed by the software.
Yes, Mom. The expert system can provide explanation and even can advise them how to proceed to solve problem.
But who will put all these data, human beings or machines, together?
Mom, the person who puts data in the system is an expert of technology. Ordinary human can't do it. Yes, after feeding all these, the software can be used by ordinary man.
A machine vision is a type of technology that allows a computing device to inspect, evaluate, and identify still or moving images and is quite similar to surveillance cameras.
Yes, sir, like cameras installed by traffic police on traffic signals in roads.
Correct, Ranjan. This could be deployed in scenario in which vision systems are used for object recognition. Incorrect predictions can be identified. A vision system can continuously learn and improve itself based on its own mistakes, okay?
Wow, interesting topic.
Yes. What I want to say, the theme of our vision can be vision systems.
Sir, I think the utilities are not just restricted to mal products of a factory or surveillance cameras.
Its utility is enormous, Pranjan.
I think you can have a lot of sub-themes. You can go for speech recognition and AI as well. Such technology works on the modulation of sound and speech.
You know, that fellow in my class, he does his work and his project with the help of this technology only. That is why there are so many mistakes in his work all the time.
Prakash, those mistakes may be due to pronunciation defects. But with certain settings in the system, he can surely improve all these mistakes. Actually, speech recognition works on the understanding and analysis of sound effects.
Yes, Mom, you are right. But now we are getting late.
Yeah. Prakash is right, Auntie. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye, Mom.
Bye, beta. Bye. Take care, both of you.
So friends, we just heard few excerpts from the serial that was aired and how much popular it became because of its content. And now I wish to say that we have had a wonderful time listening to those programs, but then despite of the fact that we wanted to continue forever and ever, but everything has to come to an end. Like they say, old order changes, giving place to new. So, Dr. Prasar, any new plans with this?
Oh yes, we're eager to come up with another serial, which I'm sure is also the talk of the town, and everybody is now talking about self-reliant India or the Atmanirbhar Bharat, and that is where science and technology plays a very critical and a very important role, which is what we are trying to bring in. And let's see.
I think we'll disclose more
about
next,
it later.
Concluding episode, sir.
Correct.
Yeah. So listeners, with this we come to the end of the 51st episode. We got the glimpse of the wonderful episodes that were aired, and at the same time we were privileged enough to have the presence of Dr. B.K. Tyagi and Director of Vigyan Prasar, Dr. Nakul Parashar. So thank you so much, sir, for being here and sharing your thoughts and such lovely information that we got throughout the program.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And I promise the listeners in the next episode, their letters and the interactive session will definitely continue. And they have been waiting for the responses that the letters get. So with this, I, Vinita, sign off. Bye-bye. Take care. God bless.
Welcome tomorrow. You were listening to the 51st episode of the Science Serial produced by All India Radio in collaboration with Vigyan Prasar. In this episode, you heard a discussion on this series and salient aspects of artificial intelligence. The participants were Dr. Nakul Parashar, Director Vigyan Prasar, Dr. Birendra Tyagi, Senior Scientist Vigyan Prasar. Vinita Thakur was moderating the discussion. Produced by Pankaj Pati Pathak. Assistance in production, Gabbar Singh. Do share your feedback on the program. You can mail your opinion by simple post to this address: Science Serial, Welcome Tomorrow, Vigyan Prasar, A50 Institutional Area, Sector 62, Noida 201309. You can also write to us on our email ID radio@vigyanprasar.gov.in. Do write your full name and address. We will be back again with the next episode of Science Serial Welcome Tomorrow, same day, same time next week. Till then, goodbye. This broadcast came to you from All India Radio, Delhi.